number 10. The book that saved the earth. Characters. Historian, great and mighty think tank. Appearances. Noodle. Captain Omega. Lieutenant Iota. Sergeant Oop. Offstage voice. Scene 1. Time. The 25th century. Place. The Museum of Ancient History. Department of the 20th century on the planet Earth. Before rise. A spotlight shines on historian who is sitting at the table down right, on which is a movie projector. A sign on an easel beside her reads Museum of Ancient History, Department of the 20th Century. She stands and bows to audience. Started. Good afternoon. Welcome to our museum, Ancient History, and to my department, Curiosities of Good Old Far Off 20th Century. The 20th century was often called the era of the books. In those days, there were books about everything, from anteaters to Zulus. Books taught people how to, when to, and where to, and why to. They illustrated, educated, punctuated, and even decorated. Mars Space Control. Great and mighty think tank. Commander-in-Chief Bolo before entering. A great and mighty think tank, most powerful and intelligent creature in the whole universe. What are your orders? You left us part of my salutation, Apprentice Noodle. Go over the whole thing again. It shall be done, sir. O great and mighty think tank, ruler of Mars and her 2 moons, most powerful and intelligent creature in the whole universe. What are your orders? That's better, Noodle. I wish to be placed in communication with our manned space probe to that ridiculous little planet we are going to put under our generous rulership. What did they call it? Again? Earth, your intelligence? Earth, of course. You see how insignificant the place is. But first, something important. My mirror. I wish to consult my mirror. It shall be done, sir. Mirror, mirror in my hand, who is the most fantastically, intellectually gifted being in the land? You, sir. Quicker, answer quicker next time. I hate a slow mirror. There I am. Are we Martians not a handsome race? So much more attractive than those ugly earthlings with their tinny heads. Noodle, you keep on exercising your mind and someday you will have a balloon brain just like mine. Oh, I hope so, mighty think tank. I hope so. Now contact the space probe. I want to invade that primitive ball of mud called Earth before lunch. It shall be done, sir. Scene 2. Time. A few seconds later. Place. Mars Space Control and the Central Public Library. At rise. Captain Omega stands at the center, opening and closing card catalog drawers in a confused fashion. Lieutenant Iota is up left, counting books in a bookcase. Sergeant Oop is at right, opening and closing a book, turning it upside down, shaking it, then riffling the pages and shaking his head. I have a close sighting of the space crew, sir. They seem to have entered some sort of earth structure. Excellent. Make voice contact. Mars Space Control calling the crew Probe 1. Mars Space Control calling the crew of Probe 1. Come in, Captain Omega, and give us your location. Captain Omega to Mars Space Control. Lieutenant Iota, Sergeant Oop, and I have arrived on Earth without incident. We have taken shelter in the square place. Have you any idea where we are, Lieutenant Iota? I can't figure it out, Captain. I've counted 2,000 of these peculiar items. This place must be some sort of storage barn. What do you think, Sergeant Oop? I haven't a clue. I've been to 7 galaxies, but I've never seen anything like this. Maybe they're hats? Say, maybe this is a haberdashery. Perhaps the great and mighty think tank will give us benefit of his thought on the matter. Elementary, my dear Omega. Hold one of the items up so that I may view it closely. Yes, I understand now. Since earth creatures are always eating, the place in which you find yourself is undoubtedly a crude refreshment stand. He says we are in a refreshment stand. Well, the earthlings certainly have a strange diet. That item in your hand is called a sandwich. A sandwich? A sandwich. A sandwich. Sandwiches are the main staple of our diet. Look at it closely. There are two slices of what is called bread, and between them is some sort of filling. That is correct, sir. To confirm my opinion, I order you to eat it. Eat it? Do you doubt the mighty think tank? Oh, no. But poor Lieutenant Iota has not had her breakfast. Lieutenant Iota, I order you to eat this sandwich. Eat it? Oh, Captain, it's very great honor to be the first Martian to eat a sandwich, I'm sure, but how can I be so impolite as to eat before my sergeant? Sergeant Ope, I order you to eat the sandwich immediately. Who, Lieutenant? Me, Lieutenant? For the glory of Mars, Ope. Yes, of course. Immediately. Well, Ope. Was it not delicious, Sergeant Ope? That's correct, sir. It was not delicious. I don't know how the earthlings can get those sandwiches down without water. They're dry as Martin dust. Sir, great and mighty think tank, I beg your pardon, but an insignificant bit of data floated into my mind about those sandwiches. It can be worth much. But go ahead. Give us your trifling bit of data. Well, sir, I have been survey films of those sandwiches. I noticed that earthlings did not eat them. They used them as some sort of communication device. Naturally, that was my next point. These are actually communication sandwiches. Think tank is never wrong. Who is never wrong? Great and mighty think tank is never wrong. Therefore, I order you to listen to them. Listen to them? Listen to them? Do you have marbles in your ears? I said listen to them. It shall be done, sir. Do you hear anything? Nothing. Do you hear anything, Ope? Not a thing. Well, report to me. What do you hear? Nothing, sir. Perhaps we are not on the correct frequency. Nothing, sir. Perhaps the earthling have sharper ears than we do. I don't hear a thing. Maybe these sandwiches don't make sounds. What? Does somebody suggest the mighty think tank has made a mistake? Oh, no, sir. We'll keep listening. Please excuse me, your brilliance, but a cloudy piece of information is swirling around in my head. Well, twirl it out, Noodle, and I'll clarify it for you. I seem to recall that the earthlings did not listen to the sandwiches. They opened them and watched them. Yes, that's quite correct. I will clarify that for you, Captain Omega. Those sandwiches are not for ear communication. They are for eye communication. Now, Captain Omega, take that large colorful sandwich over there. It appears to be important. Tell me what you observe. It appears to contain pictures of earthlings. There seems to be some sort of code. Code? I told you this was important. Describe the code. It's little lines and squiggles and dots, thousands of them alongside the pictures. Perhaps the earthlings are not as primitive as we have thought. We must break the code. Forgive me your cleverness, but did not the chemical department give our space people vitamins to increase their intelligence? Stop. A thought of magnificent brilliance has come to me. Space people, our chemical department has given you vitamins to increase your intelligence. Take them immediately and then watch the sandwich. The meaning of the code will slowly unfold before you. It shall be done, sir. Remove vitamins, present vitamins, swallow vitamins. Excellent. Now decipher that code. It shall be done, sir. Aha! Oh-ho! Ha ha ha! What does it say? Yes, sir. Mistress Mary, quite contrary. How does your garden grow? With cockle shells and silver bells. I, and pretty maids all in a row. Ha ha ha. Imagine that. Pretty maids growing. Stop. This is no time for levity. Don't you realize the seriousness of the discovery? The earthlings have discovered how to combine agriculture and they can actually grow crops of rare metals such as silver and cocktail shells. They can grow high explosives too. Noodle concepts are invention fleet. They are ready to go down and take over Earth, sir. Tell them to hold. Tell them new information has to us about Earth, iota and scribe. Yes, sir. She reached very gravely. Hey diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle. The cow jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed to see such sport, and the dish ran away with the spoon. The dish ran away with the spoon. Cease laughter, desist. This is more and more alarming. The Earthlings have reached a high level of civilization. Didn't you hear? They have taught their domesticated animals musical culture and space techniques. Even their dogs have a sense of humor. Why, at this very moment, they may be launching an implementary attack of millions of cows. Notify the invention fleet. No, invention today, Ope. Transcribe the next code. Yes, sir. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men cannot put Humpty Dumpty together again. Oh, look, sir. Here's a picture of Humpty Dumpty. Why, sir? He looks like. It's me. It's my great and mighty balloon brain. The Earthlings have seen me and they're after me. Had a great fall. That means they plan to capture Mars central control and me. It's an invention of Mars Noodle. Prepare a space capsule for me. I must escape without delay. Space people, you must leave Earth at once. But be sure to remove all traces of your visit. The Earthlings must not know that I know. Where shall we go, sir? 100 million miles away from Mars. Order the invention fleet to evacuate the entire planet of Mars. We are heading for Alpha Centauri, 100 million miles away. And that's how one dusty old book of nursery rhymes saved the world from the Martian invasions. As you all know, in the 25th century, 500 years after all this happened, we Earthlings resumed contact with Mars and we even became very friendly with the Martians. By that time, great and mighty think tank had been replaced by a very clever Martian, the wise and wonderful Noodle. Oh yes, we taught the Martians the difference between sandwiches and the books. We taught them how to read too. And we stabilized a model library in their capital city of Marsopolis. But as you might expect, there is still one book that the Martians can never bring themselves to read. You've guessed it, Mother Goose. The end. Chapter number 10.